Oh, what happened? Kate Brown was in. Kate Brown was out. Oh, I think you were gone for the most of the session, right? So it's finished. So there was nobody else in that room.
That's fine. I just had to go help the husband.
I I know I'm familiar with that game. I went out. I went out. I don't know where my husband went.
Yeah.
Jazz, I dropped the link to you. You can drop it whenever you decide to drop it in the chat.
Oh. Hi, welcome back. You had a good time meeting new connections.
Absolutely.
Dinner.
Yes. Great.
What you got? How
That
was
was
your
just
session?
me being excited because I met some more new people. I love the people that are here today that I'm getting to meet, as well as my old friends that are here. I agree with you, but I've met some great, great people today. I really did.
There we go.
Alright.
Do it. Next up, we got Dr. Patricia Rogers, the queen herself. Dr. Patricia Rogers is about to take the stage. Celebrate.
Wait a minute.
Woo-hoo.
Hold up.
Hold up.
Yeah.
How come?
You didn't ask them who had the best room and all that stuff.
Oh,
Well, he started the music, and I thought that was.
That's what it's for. You go ahead and do what you got to do. Let's
Okay,
talk about
let's
that room.
this room.
Yeah.
And here's the beautiful thing. The beautiful thing is every time people come back from their breakouts, they're like, oh, I had the best room. No, I had the best room. I had the best
I had
room.
the best room.
The truth is, yeah, I heard. See, you all have the best
Come
room.
on.
because
Yeah.
And
Come on, y'all.
it's being
Forget the best room, y'all. Let's just shake it, baby. Shake it. Just shake it. If y'all don't want to talk, just shake it, baby.
Yeah, baby. Oh my God. Yes.
Hey, come on. Yeah.
The one.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Are you ready for this?
I see you, Christine. I see you, Juliet. I see you, Gail. I see you, Sandra Noble. Hey. I see you, Mary Ann. I see you, C.O. Karen. Yeah, Tina Giselle. I see you, too. Oh, Nick, you made it. Hey. Oh, Nick, hey, girl. Oh, I was thinking about you. Yeah, you're my friend. Oh, the one showed up. Come on, y'all. Get some high fives with the one showing up late. Hey, we so happy to be here. Yeah. Come on. Yvonne, I see you throw your hand in there like you just don't care. Yeah, I see you, Yvonne McCoy. Oh, Karen. Carol Pickleton here. That's all I see. Oh, Margie. On Facebook. I love it.
Put your buttons down and dance it out for a minute. You're on the street.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, y'all better get ready. Yeah. I see you, Lenny. Everybody say hi to Lenny. Yeah. Everybody do the Lenny. That was fun.
Relax and let Kroger Delivery handle your grocery shopping.
God. That's what it's all about, having some fun, y'all. Oh, Lord, that was y'all too much. Jazz, you want to drop that link and give them the good news? Let them know. Tell them, Jazz.
We are live on YouTube, so it's being streamed on YouTube, and I've shared the link, so feel free to share it across your social media and let everybody know how exciting this event is.
Yeah. Okay. I gotta breathe. Over to you, Nancy. You're on mute.
I see that now. All right. Next up, you are in for a treat. So buckle up and get ready for Dr. Patricia Rogers, the visibility strategist, the visibility queen, who is going to be sharing the hidden expert. She is the CEO of Unity in Service, where people need people. Join me in celebrating and welcoming Dr. Patricia Rogers.
Woo! All right, all right. Can you all hear me okay?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. As Nancy said, my title is The Hidden Expert. Wave your hand if you think you're an expert in your niche. If you're an expert in your niche, raise your hand. Matter of fact, put expert in the chat. Put expert in the chat. If you are an expert in your industry, you know you're an expert, you're good at what you do, you have great gifts and talents, just go ahead and put expert in the chat. And before we begin, I want to ask you all a question. Have you ever sat down to post something about your business and then talked yourself right out of it? Please mute everybody. Please, if you're not talking, please mute. Again, have you ever sat down to post something about your business and then you talk yourself right out of it? Okay. So having said that, I know I've done it before. Back in the day, I'm pretty good at going live now and talking and saying what I need to say, but it took me a while. And I used to say things like, oh, I'm not ready, I'll do it later. If that's you, yeah. And then sometimes I would tell myself, what if people don't like what I post? What if they don't comment? What if people judge me? Have any of you had those thoughts at any time? And of course, what about sounding salesy? Nancy spoke about that. Sometimes people don't want to post about themselves because they feel like they're being self-serving and they're being too salesy. So if any of you have experienced any of those thoughts from at any time, I want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, you are in the right place. So being invisible. And here's what I have learned after helping entrepreneurs become more visible. I learned that most people don't struggle because they lack the talent. But most people are struggling for three main reasons. One is they want to stay in hiding and they refuse to engage with others. So we're in the midst of other people. We're on these platforms attending events, but a lot of times we're behind the scenes, stay behind the camera. Sometimes we're on the camera, but we won't talk in the chat. We won't drop our information when we ask you to drop your information. You want to remain just in your own little world. So you want to stay in hiding. I'll just attend the event. And then, of course, the second reason is that you want to stay silent because you're afraid to tell people how brilliant you are. You lack confidence. You know you're good, but you lack the confidence to be bold, walk in it, and talk about it. Why? Because you are your business. And the only way people are going to know is if you tell them. And if you don't tell them, somebody else, nobody's unique. They say there's nothing new under the sun. So what you're doing, somebody else somewhere has already done it. So the choice is yours as to whether you want to be the one that's known or you want to stay in silence. And thirdly, ladies and gentlemen, you are inconsistent with your visibility. Some people will value, I watch it all the time. I see it a lot of times. They'll start off doing a challenge on social media and they'll be doing good for the first couple of days. Then they'll come with an excuse. Well, I missed yesterday and I'm going to start over today. And then they try to start over. And sometimes on that note right there, I'm going to say this. Sometimes you raise the bar too high. And the last one I saw do that was she started a 75-day challenge. Why not start a 3-day challenge? Do it for you. And just she wanted to be consistent social media. Sometimes we raise the bar, and that's the trick of the enemy. I call it the trick of the enemy because the enemy knows 75 days, so many things can happen. So start small, do it every day. Let me just do 3 days. Then you don't have to tell the world you're going to do it either. You owe it to yourself. You don't owe me the explanation. You owe it to yourself to say, I'm going to go today. And then I'm going to go today. And then I'm going to go today. Before you know it, those 3 days are over. Your confidence is going to soar. Why? Because you stuck to the plan of action that's taking you closer from where you are to where you desire to be. And on that third day, I can guarantee you, you're going to start seeing even more comments, even if you didn't get any the first couple of days. That's just the way it works. And Nancy talked about that consistency. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that, again, like I said, that the third one was inconsistent with your visibility. And I want everybody to understand that every time you speak, you increase your visibility in every platform that you're on. If I speak on Yvonne, her people in her network knows me. If I speak on Nancy's event, those people on her platform knows me. If I speak on Dr. Margaret's event, those people that's what, it's just like being in school. That's what makes us popular. The more sports we're in, the more activities we're in school, the more everybody in the school knows who that person is. So it's the same scenario. So with that, I also want to let you know that, first of all, give me some reactions to this one. Give me some reactions. Let me go back. Give me some reactions. If you know that we're living in a virtual world, give me some reaction buttons. Come on, send up those buttons. If you know this world is virtual, it's not changing, send me some reaction buttons. And now I'm gonna tell you something. The pandemic, when it came in 2020, the pandemic came. It showed up and it rocked the world. And the pandemic set many of us, entrepreneurs, non-entrepreneurs, the whole world, it set the whole world in a direction. And that many of us still today, especially now entrepreneurs, are still unwilling to go. Anybody know where that is? Put it in the chat. The pandemic sent us in a direction that many entrepreneurs are still unwilling to go. If you think you know the answer, put it in the chat. And if you don't know the answer, I'm going to help you. Social media. Social media. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 5.66 billion or more users on social media platforms. And there are approximately 50 to 100 or more social media platforms that we can use or show up on. All you have to do is pick the ones that you like. And I challenge you today, just pick two. Just pick two. And show up consistently for the next 5 days. I'm challenging you. And when you do it, you can email me, not email me, but you can hit me up in the Facebook Messenger and say, Dr. Rogers, I did it. But even better than that, all you have to do is tag me. Tag me when you make that post, tag me, and then I'm gonna tag my team. And now you're gonna have some action. So we guarantee you, when you tag us, we guarantee you engagement on your post. Because I tell somebody, either we're gonna share it, we're gonna repost it, and this is some of the strategies that we use to get us in front of more audiences. Visibility, ladies and gentlemen, is not a luxury. So you might think, so why in the world is visibility so essential? Well, ladies and gentlemen, visibility is a necessity. You have to have it if you're going to grow your business, if you're going to reach the right audiences, you have to have it. Also, attention. The more attention you get on you and your brand, that turns into money because you're building those relationships and you're bringing those people into your network. And that way they get to know, like, and trust you. And now what do we do? When people get to trust us, it turns it into money. Many entrepreneurs fail, ladies and gentlemen, because they're hiding their gifts. They're hiding their gifts. If you ever felt like you was hiding a gift, give me some energy. Just raise one of those hands and give me some what you call those emojis. If you ever felt like you wasn't standing out enough, give me some emojis. Be honest with you. To thine own self be true. Ladies and gentlemen, another reason entrepreneurs fail is because you downplay your expertise. And of course, there are those who say, I'll wait till the right time. I'll wait. And wait does never happen because you're never going to get everything done at one time. Because when your creative mindset opens up, it never goes back to its original form. That's a quote from Think and Grow Rich. So guess what? When you get one thing done, God's going to give you more ideas. But if you don't do the ideas that you already have, you're going to stay stuck right there because he already knows you're not ready. So he's going to move over to people like myself, people like Jasmine, people like Nancy Matthews. He's going to go over there where people are receiving the gifts that he given us, and we valuing them, we're treasuring them, because he wants to be happy too. And when he see us working these gifts that he gave us, oh my God, he just pours it on us. Sometimes I'm like, Lord, wait, I can't take no more. And I keep saying yes, because I know that he knows that I can bear it, and he's just looking out for my well-being. And I'm grateful for that. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, I want you all to understand that you are a human magnet. And whatever you put out is what you are going to attract. So when you're consistent, when you're active, when you're doing those things that you need to do for your business, trust me when I tell you, people are always watching you. I'm going to share a little bit about why strategic partners are invaluable. Number one, they help you increase visibility. Number two, they help you build credibility. Number three, partnering expands your network. If you agree, give me some emojis in the chat. And of course, number four says you attract qualified leads. So when I connect with people, they in their network, which is what I described before, now if they pour it into them and they're at their events and I have what they desire or need, they may very well pour into me as well. But we have to be visible in order for people to know that we exist. And of course, number four, you attract qualified leads. Number five, you gain access to new audiences. And that's very important. I've already hit on that. Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, people need people. And the more doors of opportunity always open when you collaborate with others. And I think we forgot to give Holly's announcement yet. She's on program. She'll tell you about her announcement later on the net right after this presentation. She'll be doing her announcement, and she's going to open a door of opportunity for you guys simply because you are on my platform for Unity and Service, and because we have collaborated and we're looking out for each other's network. She's going to give you a reduced cost on a speaking opportunity that's coming up in October. You're going to have plenty of time to practice and plan. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what strategic partners do. Nancy also is serving Unity and Service in one of her programs. She's helping our team to grow. So this is just how it works. But you know what? Nancy wouldn't have never liked me if I didn't never go to WPN events. She wouldn't have known me. Same thing. Holly, if I never got a chance to meet Holly on social media, I wasn't engaging with her, tagging her, getting to know her, and then start seeing her at events, we wouldn't be partners today. So ladies and gentlemen, everything I share with you today, it's what they call, it's a proven remedy. It works. Systems. I love systems. And we systems that elevate visibility. And I'm going to give you a few of them. When I put these up, this is going to be engaging, interactive. Anything that I post that come on that screen, if you know you use it as a system, give me an emoji. I don't care if it's a hand, a heart, a clap. I want to see this chat light up. Now, the first one, all these are systems I'm naming. The first one is email marketing system. Give me some emojis if you use that. Appointment scheduling, any calendar. Tell me if you use that. Text messaging. Everybody's hand ought to go up on text messaging. Eventbrite for events. I use it all the time. Networking systems. We on one right now. Zoom. Come on. Accounting and bookkeeping. Well, if we don't have one, we need to. Got to keep track of that money. And then, of course, social media management. How many of you are using social media to post your content, send out email campaigns, talk to your buddy, talk to your family? Social media management, as well as payment processing such as what? PayPal, Vimeo, Zelle, Cash App, the list goes on. And then, of course, website management. How many of you have a website? And I'm always having somebody to manage that. And then lastly, ladies and gentlemen, I want to go in on this thing here. I want to go in on this right here. Oh, my God, I didn't go back. I want to go in on this one right here. Go high level. And that's one of our most recent one is trending. What about Go High Level, the all-in-one system? Everybody just about on the platform is probably using it, planning on using it, or getting trained to use it, or whatever the case is. But everybody's heard about it. And Unity and Service uses the public speaking visibility system. That's the system that we use. And of course, what makes public speaking a system, ladies and gentlemen, because technically public speaking in and of itself is not a system. But what makes it a system is when we do the same process repeatedly. And we have been hosting these events, getting visibility on entrepreneurs since 2015. Since 2015, I've been hosting events in person. And then when the pandemic, we started doing online. And like Nancy told us in our training, our group training, when the pandemic hit, we were all panicked, all upset and uproar. We was nervous. We didn't know what we was going to do because everybody was working in person. And Nancy came and she called all of us together, the chapters that she had, all of us together. And in that one session, I remember she said to us, you don't have to change your vision. She said, all you have to do is pivot. And that means I didn't have to stop hosting events. I just had to get on this platform and learn how to use Zoom and other systems that will allow me to get that event out on a virtual platform. And I have been running ever since. And I tell you, thank you, Nancy, so much for your guidance. And I want to talk about here, maximizing your presence. Let's talk about it. In order to be more visible on this social media landscape, you have to be present. That's it. If you want to be successful, more successful, because some of us are successful, but you want more of what you're already getting. And I'm going to say this. Whenever my hands, I'm going in, this is me. Whenever my hands are not on a steering wheel, I'm on social media. So when y'all say y'all don't have time, that's because you don't want to make time. Because a lot of times we're sitting doing nothing. And we can be on social media responding to somebody that may have said, hey, I wanted to know more about the event you just shared. I want to know more about what you do in your healing program. But you didn't never go back and engage. So guess what? Or either you never posted anything about you in the first place. So they'll talk to somebody else. So as I said, anytime my hands are not on that steering wheel, when I'm in Uber, when I go out to dinner, and I have my cell phone and my selfie stick, because I know after dinner, I'm going to sit there and talk to the people because they like that kind of stuff. And then, of course, when I'm cruising, I always have internet, got to go cruising. I will not cruise on a cruise ship if I can't have internet. Well, you talking about somebody talking about if that back in the day when that internet wasn't working, I was a mess. And then we have, of course, how many times have we read a book while we were lazily lounging and taking a bath? And there's a little selfie stick, a pen right there, and her pencil, whatever. And when you do that, just take your selfie stick. I'm sorry, not the selfie stick. Take your little what you call that? Your I use them all the time. Take your stylus pen. I have my stylus pen because I don't want to wet my phone. But yes, I do. Check the phone periodically, because it depends on how long I'm gonna be in there. And then lastly, ladies and gentlemen, I said it, even when you're on the job. How many of y'all have taken this phone in the bathroom? You don't have to tell the truth. How many of y'all took the phone in the bathroom with y'all? We do it all the time. So again, we're talking about maximizing your presence, ladies and gentlemen. So there's no reason for us to sit up and say we don't have time for social media. That's not true. You choose not to do social media. Consistency creates visibility, and scheduling your social media posts keeps your business in front of your audience, even when you're doing other important things. And I'm a living proof of that. Our stuff is out there on social media today, tomorrow, and it's already out there. We post out to 30 some odd days, sometimes even more, depending on what we have to do on our schedule. So just because we're at this event, we still have posts that has gone out for today, for this event, yesterday, whatever. Okay. So there are 5 benefits to scheduling your posts, and our team uses every last one of them pretty much daily. Number 1, it saves you valuable time. Number 2 is scheduling keeps you consistent. Definitely schedule them out 30 days. And you don't have to go back. All you have to do is go back every now and then and engage. Go to that networking button up there where it says networking or notifications, and just respond to the people who are talking to you. You don't have to respond to everybody that's lit up on there. You want to respond to the people who are talking to you. And that's why branding is important, because you know your brand and you'll know who's talking to you, because you will pop up. Number 3, it reaches your audience in a timely manner. We send out email campaigns. I know that some people like to send them at the last minute, but they send them before the event, and that's what matters. So it gives you a farther reach, and it allows you scheduling, also lets you schedule so that it will still reach the people in a timely manner. Scheduling reduces your daily stress. When I know that I've already scheduled, or the team have already scheduled all my stuff out, they to the chat, Dr. Rogers, I scheduled your stuff, the content for the book, or I scheduled the content for the event to go out up through the end of July, up to the event date. I'm good. I'm good. Now, I do post when I feel like it, but if I don't post, it's okay because it's already done. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. But I normally post every day anyway, something. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, not only does it reduce your stress, but it improves content planning, because the more you do anything, the better you get at it. And planning always allows you to be organized, and it allows you, it takes the stress off, because a confused mind, as they say, don't make no money. And the last thing I just want to say to you is successful entrepreneurs learn to work smarter, not harder. And that post scope scheduling that I was talking about is one of the simplest ways to automate. Everybody say automate, automate. Everybody write automate in the chat. Automate, automate, AUTOMATE. That's one of the simplest ways to automate your marketing and stay visible. Not just today, not just tomorrow, but year round. But again, practice is what makes us perfect. And you'll see this calendar again. Ladies and gentlemen, every stage you step into expands your influence. The only speech you will regret is the one that you never gave. And Unity in Service serves the beginning speakers. If you just want to start speaking, this platform is for you, because I'm going to help you through it. And of course, the semi-experts is for you, and the expert speakers all have a place on the platforms that we provide. And lastly, I wanted to say consistency increases confidence and opens doors, more doors of opportunity. That's a nugget, ladies and gentlemen. You need to write that down. Consistency increases your confidence. Anytime you do something over and over, that's what makes you an expert. And it opens more doors because people are watching you. And I just got an invitation for a magazine the other day. Just got an invitation for a podcast, and all come to me on LinkedIn. They got these scripts they send out. They've been watching me and all. Whatever. I know that some of them automated, but it doesn't matter how the script was written. What matters to me is the content that's in the script. And if they're inviting me to do something, I want to have a conversation with them, because that's just another opportunity, a door of opportunity for me to show my expertise and to get to know people in a whole new landscape. And so now let's talk about stop hiding your brilliance. Stop hiding your brilliance. If you decide today, ladies and gentlemen, stay with me now. This is all about you. I already got it. It's me. But we call it intellectual properties. But when we can take, as entrepreneurs, which is what we all do, we take our intellectual properties. That means we have to pour out of us into you. How do we do that? Because we can't meet with the whole world. What do? We put it in writing. We put the quizzes in writing. We put the book courses in writing. We put the workbooks in, whatever we put, because we want you to have it. And so this right here, if you decide today that you're ready to make that commitment to stop hiding, how many of y'all ready to make a commitment to stop hiding? Anything that I said that may fit that fits you, or you can attest to, give me an emoji in the chat. If anything that I've said resonates with you today, give me an emoji in the chat. And here's what you will receive. Here's what you will receive when you make this investment today. You will receive a 15-minute speaking opportunity. That alone is well worth it, because you're going to get in front of an audience you didn't have to label for. We do the work. You speak while we fill the seats. You're also going to get a 30-minute podcast interview, 30 to 50 plus new leads ready to be imported into your system. We promote you and your brand across social media. In the interviews, as well as the before the events that you're speaking in, as we give you proven strategies that work. These are things that I wrote out personally. I have to document that I do. I'm sharing them with you. Scheduling calendar is included in this package. Quizzes are included in this package, and increased visibility on social media. We can guarantee you increased visibility on social media if you make the investment and if you do the work that's in the book. Nobody standing over your shoulder. You work on your own pace, on your own time. But whatever you do, you have to commit to yourself to get it done, because that's where you're going to start seeing the results. And of course, assistance with crafting your message. Any speaker that speaks in my event, sometimes people ask, well, what should I talk about? Or what do you recommend? I don't recommend anything. You're going to talk about whatever the gift is that God gave you to talk about. We don't touch your topic. However, I will allow you to go ahead and send it to me, and I'll definitely give you feedback. Why? Because we're on the same team. And sometimes I might see a little something you can throw in to kind of give it a little, spruce it up a little bit that maybe you don't know. Okay, because I've been doing this so long. So what I do is we share information, because we do assist you in crafting, because we want everybody to shine when their opportunity comes to speak and to do those podcast interviews. So this is the deal, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to get started today and you want to make a commitment to you, we're giving you, you have two options that will give you access today. You can pay a partial payment of only $248.50 using the PayPal link. Since I'm breaking that up, you can do that now to get started. And you can also pay full price today. And if you pay full price today, and the last event people paid full price, and they get extra, you get extra. You know what it is. You pay on time, you get extra. And this is what happens when they pay full out. You will get an additional 15 minutes. So now you're talking 2 30-minute, 2 15-minute speaking opportunities, 2 podcast interviews, and those podcast interview, I'm sorry, 1 30-minute podcast interview. And that 30-minute podcast interview can be broken up into 2 interviews. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not just about the knowledge I'm giving you. It's about you not doing the work. We're getting you in front of these audiences so you can spread your name, your services. You can connect, you get those email lists. It's also, ladies and gentlemen, about developing content for your YouTube channel, for you to post. These people, oh, I have my assistant is working for me. Well, if you got assistants working for you, you need to be giving them this replay we got and tell them to cut your speaking part out, and then they can chop it up in little spots, little pieces, or they can post it as a whole, as long as the platform takes at least, I think LinkedIn takes up to 15 minutes. Facebook gonna turn it into a reel, takes up to about 10 minutes. If you post on YouTube, on LinkedIn, I'm sorry, on TikTok. My point is this: you got to know the rules to the game in order to play the game. Okay, but all these platforms let you post on them. All these platforms allow you to download that app on your phone. Anything platform you on, you need to put that app on your phone, because I can use that app anywhere, sitting in the car while my gas is filling up in the tank. So these are just nuggets, and these are some of the things that I'm already telling you is in the book. But at any rate, as I was saying, you can pay full out today. You'll get an additional 15-minute speaking opportunity. And of course, the months that we have left that available are April the 28th, September the 25th, October the 30th, and November the 11th. You still have time to get in on these last few events. And we want to give ourselves kudos, because we are up to month 7, which will be going into month 8th month. And we have stuck to our commitments for the year. And I tell God, thank you for that. Thank you to my team, Sandra, Jasmine, all of you, Margaret, all of you who have assisted us along the way of all these events that we've hosted in the past. And of course, Iffy. And I want to say that you still have time, ladies and gentlemen, to make your presence known based on the dates that I've given you in 2026. And we have other speaking opportunities. And if you just want to know what else we got to offer, but my coach always told me, don't you present but one thing. So
That's
if
right.
y'all want to meet
That's
with
right.
me, if y'all want to meet with me and know some other opportunities, schedule on my calendar. Please drop that calendar link in the chat and you can schedule with me. But today you have until 12 o'clock midnight to take advantage of these speaking opportunities that I am offering you, because it's about building and connecting with these other speakers who also have speaking platforms. If you have a speaking platform, ladies and gentlemen, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Let everybody know. Put speaking in the chat, because they need to connect with you. Put speaking in the chat. Speaking in the chat. Put speaking. If you have a platform, put speaking in the chat. And again, I have offered you my special bonus for today, and I look forward to serving you. And of course, I am Dr. Patricia Rogers. In my closing, I want to say this. Y'all even got a free gift. In my closing, I want to say this. People fail not for a lack of desire, but for a lack of commitment. You fail to commit to yourself because you're already thinking, what if I don't read? What if I don't do this? Well, what if you don't? You're going to stay stuck, stay where you are. But make a promise to yourself. Why? Because you deserve it. You have to 12 midnight to invest in the Visibility Transformation Bundle and get your voice heard through public speaking opportunities and podcast interviews. And with that, I want to say that I am Dr. Patricia Rogers, visibility strategist. And I said it, I am the CEO of Unity in Service, where people need people. That's my story I'm sticking to. What?
Let's hear it. Let's shout from the rooftops for Dr. Patricia Rogers, the visibility strategist, and OMG, what you put together to give them visibility, to make it easy for them to reach the people you need to meet. And like everybody should be jumping on this package. If you came here today because you want to be the one and you want to grow your business, you got to get out there because they're hiding with their problem. You're the one that needs to get out there so they can see you when they're scrolling along social media and say, oh, she's the one to help me. He's the one to help me. And Dr. Pat gives you that space and that stage to shine in your expertise. Wow. Like I have, that's package is like you might want to buy it now because she's coaching with me and it's way too inexpensive. So just a word to the wise. That is a minimum of a $1,500 package.
You're right. You're right.
I know I'm right. So buy this one because the next one, I promise you, is going to be more.
That's why I'm coaching with you, Nancy, because the next one's going to be $2,500. I'm working on it. It's going to be a hardcover workbook as well as a digital, and it's going to be present. Yeah, it's going to have a lot of meat in it. So y'all, but this is what I call my mini course.
Yeah, but you're giving so much in that, all the opportunities to get in front of different people. And here's the thing I love about the way that you create your stages and your platforms. Sometimes you go to an organization or follow someone and it's only the same people over and over and over and over again because they're not also being visible on other platforms. They're not marketing as much on social media. You constantly bring new people in. Let her do the marketing for you. You're here. You probably don't like marketing. She's great at it and she loves it. Let her bring new people to you. You just got to show up and be brilliant. Get the package.
Awesome.
Get the package.
Awesome. Thank you, Kate. I think I saw a message from Kate. Thank you, Kate. Kate's in our coaching program with Nancy. She's assistant in that. I told y'all I wouldn't have known Kate if I didn't know Nancy. If I never been connected with Nancy, I wouldn't know Kate. I wouldn't know Gail. The list goes on. I would not know Kelly. I would not know Joanna. Oh my God. I would not know who else? Yvonne. So y'all, I'm telling you, the list goes on and on and on. And when you are in a community, you cannot help but succeed, but you have to stick and stay. You cannot be over here, that event. Then I'm over this like popcorn because nobody's getting to know you. But when you find a community like this, WPN, Susan Wiener's events that's coming up, Margaret, when you stick and stay with those people who are consistently making it happen, trust me when I tell you, doors are going to open up and people are going to start pouring into you because they get to know, like, and trust you.
That's right.
And a lot of times people don't have to know you in a community because Kate got the package. She's close to Kelly. So Kelly and her have been talking behind the scenes to see, well, if you got it, I'm going to get it. I got go level because Nancy got it. I got A Weber because Nancy got it. And Nancy done turned me on to so many cotton picking systems. And then I look up, she gone somewhere else. She found something better, but guess what I do? I follow her because I know she found a better price because I already know she know how to do them deals. She know what to look for. So yes, we change from time to time, but as long as it's for the good and to get you where you need to go, I'm still waiting on her to give me my link for Go High Level because I want to sell Go High Level. How about that?
How about that?
Over to you, Nancy.
I'll get it to you. Right after this call. All right. Wow. Who's inspired, right? If you weren't inspired before Dr. Pat and you're not inspired now, I need to get a poker. Get your movement out of your seat again. All right. We got more goodness, more brilliance, and more wisdom to pour into you today to support you, to support your vision. Next up is the amazing Jackie Primrose. Get ready for this, my friends. The Heart Method for Building Wealth. Let's go ahead, bring Jacqueline Primrose to the stage, 15 minutes on the Heart Method for Building Wealth. Welcome, Jackie.
Thank you. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Dr. Rogers, and for all of those who are a member of this platform. It's been such an honor to be here. I don't want to waste a lot of time, but I did want to say that I learn something every time that I attend. And I know that there's so much more that I could learn just by being more consistent. So it's not just about taking in, it's not just about hearing, but it's about doing. So I just want to thank Dr. Rogers because she takes the time to make sure that you do, not just hear, but you also do. So with that, my little background about me, I'm the owner of JP Enterprises and the creator of JPE Health and Wealth Advocates. And with that, I help people to get in touch with their health and wealth. And how that came about is I had a health scare and I could not figure out what was going on. You know, how do you feel when the doctor calls you and just says, are you sitting down? It was one of those kind of scary kind of things. And so I was like, what am I going to do? I did go to the doctor, I did different things. I couldn't figure out what was wrong. And eventually I started learning about gut health and I started learning about nutrition and I started learning about how to change my diet. And so I did a regimen that really helped me to turn that around. And I was like, hey, it's something to this health thing. But later, as I started working with people in health, because every time I learn something, I try to share it with other people. I found out that there's so many people that had the same symptoms or similar symptoms that I had, and it was all related to stress and poor nutrition, basically. But what I did was made a connection that, you know, hey, stress is connected to money a lot of times because that's what they're telling me, you know, well, I'm under stress, I'm the breadwinner, I can't make this happen, I can't make that happen, I don't see it coming together. And I mean, we don't always live in a financial world all the time. So we're not always thinking about that, how it's impacting us, how it's causing us to have more stress than what we can really handle. But believe me, it does matter that you keep a good track of your stress level and where it's coming from. And one of the things that I like in this events that we've talked today is that lots of people have talked about expressing yourself, talking about being centered, talking about giving away, letting other people be your purpose. And so with that, I'm going to share my screen. I do have a presentation I'm going to try to get up here. And if you at the end, if there's something that I say during this presentation, and at the end you want to reach me, the last slide in the presentation will be how you can reach me. And I also put my information in the chat as well. So let me see here. It's in slide view. Let's see if I can do this. I can do this. Let's see. That is not what I want. Screen. Share. Here. Okay, can everyone see this slide?
Yeah, but we got a little extra something going on here. So that your Zoom app is showing through this. So X out of there.
All right.
And then you want to turn into presentation mode because we can still see the Google Drive. I would not pick presenter view because it's going to get small.
Notes and everything.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
I think we're good.
Okay, good.
Beautiful,
Okay.
Jackie.
So, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nancy. So, this is the heart method, and the heart method I came up because I'm visual, so I need something to help me to make connections. But also, this really hit me to my heart because I was like really concerned about my health and how this was going to all work out. And I do have a heart for people as well. I really want people to live their best life. I love connecting with people. That's why I'm a part of this this whole platform with Dr. Rogers, and I appreciate her pouring into me for that. And so that's how I came up with this heart. It was just, but it really does mean something. So the heart method means, balancing health, energy, alignment, restoration, and transformation. So, when you think about health, there is a letter missing there, and that is healthy, the Y, the letter Y. And you can't get to the letter Y and you can't get to health without that first four letters, and that's heal, Heal. So we want to heal ourselves, but how can you heal if you don't know really what's going on? So we have to assess our energy level, assess where we're putting our efforts at, and that's where the alignment goes, and assess how we're pouring into ourselves. Are we actually giving ourselves the resources that we need before we can pour into others? And then assess transformation. Once we have these things in line, how are we showing up and how are we sharing that forward with the world? So the heart method, like I said, the H stands for heal. And you can't pour from an empty cup. And then when you get on an airplane, they always tell you put your oxygen mask on before you walk around the plane and help someone else. And so, really that's just it. You have to take care of moi. We have to take care of ourselves. And that seems like a hard thing to do. Dr. Rogers has just finished talking about all the systems and all the things. And if we don't have a control of those systems, it may seem difficult for us to juggle everything. But do we really need to juggle everything? That's where the you're going to see later where the alignment comes in, because it may be that we're doing some things that really are not serving us, and they're not serving us well. We can't serve others. And so then there's the energy, and that's where we're showing up. What are we really doing? What are we doing to bring this mission and this drive we have to other people? Over 60% of moms are in the sandwich generation, reporting that they are feeling completely overwhelmed by mental and financial costs and care. And I'll tell you a story. I know of a friend, a former coworker. She had to take care. She retired not long after me, and she had to take care of her husband because right after she retired, her husband got sick. And she had all these plans. She even invited me to go to Tanzania with her. And I couldn't go because she couldn't go because she was forced to take care of her husband. That's fine. But where does it end? Because now her husband got recovered. Her daughter got sick. Then she had to take care of the daughter, and she was doing all the things. The daughter couldn't take care of herself, couldn't dress herself, couldn't feed herself. And then if that wasn't enough, the daughter got better, moved out, went on her way, and then the brother-in-law got sick. Then she had to take care of the brother-in-law, and she poured herself again. Now what's left? And so I have been talking with her. Matter of fact, she and we talk on a regular basis now because I really want her to begin to look at what she's doing and also guard her own health, because what's next? You. You have taken care of dad, husband, daughter, brother-in-law, and who's pouring into you. And if we don't pour into ourselves, believe me, we'll be the ones needing that help next. And it's very expensive, you'll see. And alignment. This is where we talked about where does it all fit together? You know, your daily routine, how you're reflecting on with people, how you're connecting with people. What is it that you really want to show others? What really means a lot to you that you can share forward to others? Alignment means that you're doing things that align with your values, things that you believe in. It is something that kind of is your why. Why are you doing it? So if you don't really answer that question, you may be always out of alignment. Now, when you think about your car, if your car is out of alignment, what happens? You get a lot of jiggling here, a lot of jiggling there. And before you know it, you're buying another tire, because things are just not working together. And it's just like that with our activities. It's just like that with what we do on a daily basis. We have to assess on a daily basis, what are we doing? What are our top 3 gotta do's? Because we can't do everything on that list. That list is very long, and you have to have a way to prioritize that. But also, when you're looking at your finances, are you actually putting that at the top of your priority list? Because the average cost of long-term care, and that's what I was talking about with my friend, that's really what she was doing. She was providing long-term care to her family. That can now exceed $100,000 annually. And if we're not preparing for that, not that we want anything to happen to us, but do we see ourselves in a position where someone has to lift us, someone has to care for us, someone has to bathe us? Are we really ready for that? And as entrepreneurs, we're actually doing all these things, but we're not realizing that it's a ticking time bomb. So we definitely need to take a check in that and listen to some of these things that the ladies are saying today about getting in touch with yourself. And then let's restore. Because when you restore, that what is the word there that stands out? If you want to put it in the chat or whatever, I'll give you a few minutes. What is the word that stands out the most in the word restore? The root is rest. If you're not getting proper rest, it's not going to help that you're serving lots of people, because you're going to burn out. And we don't want that. If you burn out, you can't go out there and do your speeches. You can't consistently do your meetups with people, and you can't consistently market because you're too tired. You don't have anything to give. So you must get rest. Even that is R for restore, I really like R for rest. This is where you shift totally you shift your total focus, and it's like a hike. You know, you want to take care to look at your surroundings and make sure that you're you're really taking things in. Slow down. I told a story to someone the other day that when I was a child, the most important thing that I used to do to get away from the stress of my life at my home, because we had a lot of dysfunction in my house, I would go to a big green area like a park. I would sit under this great big tree, and I was leaning back, and I would look up through the leaves of that tree, and it just seemed like it kind of bathed me in calm. And you know what? We can do that. There's nature all around us. When's the last time you walked outside barefoot and let the grass go between your toes? These things kind of help us to restore and refresh, but we very seldom take the time to do it. I don't think we ever walk barefoot very much at all anymore. It's like the Nike generation that we're in right now. But just remember, you don't want to be on the other end of caregiving where someone is pouring 90% of their life into taking care of you, even though they know that they will do it in a heartbeat and they do it again. If there's a way for you to avoid that, let's do that. And I have ways to help you to get in the right position so that when that day comes, you don't have to be the one that is sucking somebody else's life down the drain, even though you can't help it. But it happens, and you want to be prepared for that. And lastly, transformation. When you have it all together, you know it. You start feeling like this butterfly, a new creation. And the Bible even talks about be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that means that you have to start thinking about things differently. it's not about keeping up with the Joneses. It's really not about Benjamins. It's not about making all the money. It's about being an impact in the world. And even Elijah in the Bible had to take time out, go in that cave, sit with himself, and get rest. Even Christ had to go to the top of that temple, top of that mountain, and get rest. So it's no sin to slow down and take a moment and breathe. I'm even working with Patty. She's one of the members in this platform, and she's helping me to understand the Reiki process for doing that. And I would advise you to talk with any of these ladies who also show that they can help you with that transformation. Because when you are able to, like I said, put your mask on first, you can help others. So T is for transformation, and that's where true change happens in 1% shifts. While 69% of the sandwich caregivers report extreme financial pressure, those with a written plan report significantly lower stress. So write it out, make it plain, know what your strengths are, and work within that. You can't be everything to everyone. Just do what you do best, and the rest will take care of itself. Well, this is Jackie Primrose. I'm going to put this last slide up, and I'm going to let you can take a screenshot of that, or you can scan that QR code, but you can talk with me, you can connect with me, and we can figure out a path, a strategy for you to get your finances in order and also to get your health under wraps. So thank you so much for letting me share, Dr. Rogers, and for all of you in the Unity of Service family. Thank you.
All right, all right, all right. Let's hear it for Jackie Primrose, making sure that when something does happen, we don't become that burden, right? That's what we're really talking about here, how to be prepared, how to take care of yourself and take care of those that you care about that will end up caring for you, right?
Yes.
That's what happens. So what a beautiful way to turn your challenge into an opportunity to be of service to others. So let's hear it for Jackie Primrose. Yes, yes, yes. And
Yes.
Jackie, please do also drop your information in the chat, because just in case people didn't have a chance to grab a picture of it. And I want to remind everybody to save the chat. It's got your links, it's got people's contact information. So make sure you do go ahead and save the chat. And Jackie, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. All right, we're going to move on to our next speaker, which I might get a little, verklempt and emotional introducing the next speaker, because she happens to be somebody that I've known for my entire life. She has been my biggest cheerleader, supporter, and, locking arms, my ride or die in so many ways. The amazing, brilliant Susan Winner, my sister, my partner, my colleague, my bestie. Welcome to the stage, Susan Winner, who will be sharing today for 7 minutes on the magic in listening. Take it away, Susan.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Nancy. Yes, yes, yes. How lucky am I that that's my sister? Right? Wouldn't everybody like to have a sister Nancy? I am so blessed, I can't even tell you. And how about my adopted sister, Dr. Pat, who put this thing together? Isn't she amazing? Let's give her a round of applause real quick, because we absolutely love you, Dr. Pat, and thank you. I'm so happy that I get to be a part of this program and a part of your life. So you help us travel in packs, as I like to say. We do like to travel in packs, and you always introduce us to some great people. So thank you again. Thank you again. Today, I want to talk to you about the magic in actually listening. One of the skills that I've developed, I was blessed, I guess, because listening is how I learned to begin with. So I already am semi-good at it, but I really worked on the skill of listening so that I could get to know people better. At the core, I just care about people. And the key, by the way, is to listening is to actually care. I would say that that's one of my biggest success tips, to actually care about the people that you come in contact with. Everybody has something good to contribute to your world. And you, of course, have something good to contribute to theirs, right? And so be the one, as Nancy talks about, the one philosophy, right? And know that those people are the one for you as well. I don't know about you, but even when I go to the supermarket, right? And I share a smile or with the cashier or behind, one of the deli counters or in the aisle in produce, even if I get to smile at them and get a smile back, that's huge. And that's communication. That's actually listening. That's paying attention. So there are so many different ways to do that. I remember I joke about it all the time. One of the ways that I was a college dropout, and yet despite that fact that I really moved up the corporate ladder when I was working in corporate. And I, of course, thank God I'm not there anymore, but I did get to move up the ladder, and people would say, how did you do it without a degree? And I would say, I paid attention. I eavesdropped. I listened. Right. And that's how I learned. And I observed, because language isn't just words, right? So I observed what was happening. And that's how I got to be where I was, in corporate. So I want to encourage you to do that. So many of us, right? There's many different levels of listening. One of them is not really paying attention. You're pretending you're listening, right? I know I've done that. I bet all of you have done that at least once, right? Without really engaging. But I love to listen and pay attention because I get to know people that way, and we're going to get a chance to practice our listening when we go into the next breakout. So I want to encourage you to do that. There are 3 tips I had written down for you for when you are networking and how to listen and be successful at it. And the first one is be fully present. You be with that person, make eye contact. Right? Actually listen to what they're saying and be interested. Ask questions like, or make statements like, tell me more. Oh, wow, that's really interesting. What makes you so passionate about that? So you don't ask yes or no questions, but you actually ask questions to show that you're paying attention, right? And you want to listen to the person behind whatever it is they're saying. So get to know that person, not just what they do or how they serve, which is important, but there's something underneath that as to why they do it. And when you get to know that, you get to know the person a little bit better. And my third tip for you is, let's see, what did I have? Listen to connect, not to impress, and listen to understand that person, not to respond to that person. I know that I have been known to listen, and in my mind the whole time I'm preparing, how am I going to respond, right? And I'm not really fully present with that person. I know that I've been known to do that, and I make every effort not to. And that's something that you want to be conscious about, right? You want to go into that consciously. So again, you're going to get to practice this when we go in to do the next networking session. And I challenge you to see how much you can learn about the people that you're in there with, beyond the little statements that we're going to make, right? So, and I would love to hear your feedback on that after the fact. You guys can drop me a note, or, I would love to hear how it went. So those are my tips for you as far as communication and listening. And this across the board, when you have an interaction with your husband, partner, friend, be fully present. Don't think about next, how can I help? What am I going to do? But first, just really pay attention and understand what they really know and what they really need. And those are my tips for today. I mean, there is so much magic in really listening. I can't even verbalize it, because it's just so amazing. And you're going to meet the richest people and have the richest relationships when you do this. So those are my tips for the day. And like I said, I'm excited to hear about, after you go into the next networking session, which is coming up any minute, I believe, how much you learn about people. So I do have some presents for you, by the way. I'm going to drop them in the chat as soon as we're done. One of the presents I have is, I know there are a bunch of new people here, as well as people that are locked into our community, right? But I want to offer you an opportunity to have a free connection and directory listing in our women's business directory for WPN. So I'm going to drop that in the chat. There'll be a link. You just click on it and go back to it later and get that free listing. And the other thing is we have a networking event coming up on August 18th, just a couple of weeks from now. And I want to give each of you a complimentary ticket to that. So I'm also going to put a link in the chat so that you can register and join us and come meet more awesome, wonderful people like you and be with a lot of these people again too, to really deepen your relationships. So that's it for me. Take it away, Nancy Matthews, I assume we go back to, right?
Yes, I'm going to join you on the stage. Jasmine, you are on it. Let's hear it for Jasmine.
Oh,
You're
she's
so
amazing.
good. I
She
know.
is amazing.
And for Susan Winter, right, to be able to listen when I ramble too sometimes. So that's a skill you have
Don't we all?
because and the networking with a twist is phenomenal. That was actually what Immaculata used to create the CSV file.
I saw
was the
that.
list
I
made
saw that.
from networking with a twist. And there's someone, if you're here because you're part of Women's Prosperity Network, raise your hand or put something in the chat. It's a huge community of heart-centered, impact-focused women who love to do business with each other and support each other. So Susan Winter is a co-founder of that amazing community, and she rocks it. So thank you, Sister Susan. Let's hear it. Everybody applaud Susan.
My
Yes,
pleasure.
yes,
My
yes.
pleasure for sure.
Oh, what a good day. And yes, we're going to go into a breakout session in just a moment. But before that, we have an announcement from Holly, who is here today to share a special announcement. I am just meeting you for the first time, and I'm so happy to. Yay! Love, love, love it. So take it away and share your special announcement.
Thank you so much. It's an honor and privilege to be on this platform. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here with you and grateful for Dr. Patricia Rogers for creating this space and for being one of our featured speakers at my upcoming event. May I ask you a question? What if one conversation could introduce you to an idea, a relationship, or a strategy that changes the direction of your business and your life? That is exactly why I created Secrets to Being a High-Performing Entrepreneur, the experience. This is a free, live, 3-day virtual experience taking place August 17th through the 19th, where you'll learn from accomplished entrepreneurs and thought leaders who are passionate about sharing their practical strategies and world experience and lessons you can apply immediately. If you enjoyed hearing from Dr. Patricia Rogers, you'll have the opportunity to learn from her again as part of this experience, along with other inspiring speakers from a variety of industries. My vision is simple: to bring together people who are committed to growing their business, expanding their impact, and creating success without sacrificing their health, relationship, or purpose. I also like to extend something special to everyone attending today's event. Your free attendee registration is available today, and I would be grateful to welcome you. That free seat is for August 17th through the 19th. But if you're a coach, consultant, author, speaker, entrepreneur, or business owner who has a message to share, there are also a limited number of featured speaker opportunities that are available. As a special thank you for being part of Dr. Patricia Rogers' community, you'll receive a 50% off the featured speaker investment. This exclusive offer is available only to attendees of today's event. So I'll put that in the chat. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I can't wait to see more about the event and the speaking opportunity. So once again, if you are here and you're looking for expansion, Hale has a whole nother audience. One of the things that's key about growing your business is how to leverage other people's marketing efforts. So Hale, you're working it to fill that event, aren't you?
Yes, thank you so much. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so
And I'll
she's
have,
working. Let her do the work and you show up and be fabulous,
yes.
which you can all do.
And I'll put
Awesome.
Dr. Patricia's link in the chat.
Perfect. Yeah, so go ahead and drop that in the chat. And we're going to get ready to go into another breakout session. This will be our final breakout round. And during this session, I want to invite you to tap into something a little deeper for yourselves and the people that you're with. So, as Susan said, be a great listener inside that room. Listen for how you can be the one, and then share. You're going to share your name and what you do, but start off the what you do by who you love to work with, like your perfect ideal client. Who is that? Go ahead and give that description. Like for me, I love to work with people who are here to make a positive difference, who have something exciting, who are passionate about what they do, and they want to tell more people no. They want more people to know about what it is that they do so that they can make a big difference in the world. That's who I love to work with. I'll work with other types of businesses, but who I love to work with is people who are really passionate and committed and willing to step up and share their message in a bigger way. So who do you love to work with? Let your partners in your mastermind group know. So once again, we're going to do a total of 10 minutes. You'll have about 2 minutes per person. When you get into your rooms, I'll maneuver around in case there's any imbalance happening there. So just sit tight for a moment, and have a good time. Are you ready to go? Meet the ones and be the one? Listen up. It'll be good. All right. Enjoy. Head over and into your rooms.
Just
Hey,
step
Nancy,
outside for 2
can you hear
minutes.
me? Can y'all
Oh,
hear me?
yeah, we
Hang
can.
on one second.
I'm in the
Okay.
car.
But hang on one second. I need to balance the rooms.
I was just, I just feel I'm letting it run anyway because I don't want to turn nothing off and mess y'all up. So I had my phone still on. It was in my pocketbook. I'm gone, bye. But I'm not gone. Not turning nothing off, but I'm gone, bye.
All right, Dr. Pat.
All right, I think we're good. What do I got here? 5, 4. There's one room of only 3, but they'll just have extra time together. All right. Sandra, did you want to go in a room or are you part of the team here?
Yeah, I'm part of the team, man.
Okay.
She's part of the team.
Oh, there, wait, I just found somebody who's alone. Hold on. Julian. There we go. And the timer's going. We're good. So yeah, Dr. Pat, we hear you. She snuck out, but she didn't really leave. I love it.
No, I'm gone. Yeah, child, I'm on the road.
I
just
know.
had
Good
the
luck.
phone. I had the phone running as my monitor.
Uh-huh.
And then I thought about it. I'm like, I'm not turning nothing off. So I just threw the phone in my purse and got dressed. And then I got in the car, pulled it out. I said, oh, they still okay, good. So I just stuck it up here on the window. I'm gonna watch y'all. You're doing a great job, sis. I love it. Oh my God, this was awesome. It turned out great.
Yeah,
And
really good event. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard
Because look at the
y'all
team.
introducing each other.
You have an amazing team. No, of course it's going to be perfect. You've assembled extraordinary people.
Yeah, it came out nice. Thank you. Yeah, you took the bull by the horn. Everybody happy to see you though when you show up. Some of them had met you before, so that's good. This is great.
I'm just going to step aside for a few minutes. I'll be back.
Okay, go.
Me too.
Take care of yourself.
All right, Dad. I love y'all. I'm finna
Love
lay
you
this
too.
phone down because I got to get on my other phone. Bye, y'all.
Immaculata, where are you located?
All right. I reside in Nigeria.
Yes. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. And how did you meet Dr. Pat?
All right. She met me on social media. That's Facebook. That was
Very
last
good.
year.
That's amazing. And how about you, Sandra?
Okay, I reside too in Nigeria. I'm Immaculata's friend and sister.
Ah, very nice. I love it. That's fantastic. That's what we want to do. Keep helping our sisters and our family and keep growing.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely. Good. Good, good, good. All right. I'm just catching up on a couple of things in the middle while everybody's doing their stuff.
Yeah. We are glad to have you.
Yes, I'm really happy to be here and am enjoying the process and the people and meeting you. It's wonderful.
That's awesome.
Yep, 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 yep. All right, let me do this. Hi, Yolanda. Yolanda, you there? Yolanda? Can you
It
hear
seems
me?
she can't hear you.
Yolanda. She's going in a room, but there's nobody in the room.
Oh.
I'll bring her back.
I went to room 3 and there was nobody in there, and that's why I'm back in here.
I know, I actually brought you back in here because I know there was nobody in there.
Hi, Nancy. Nancy.
Yolanda, hold on one second. Yes,
Nancy.
Yvonne? Yes.
We're hearing your.
Ready, so that can be confusing. I'm sorry, what are we looking at?
You hear this other voice?
Yeah, where's that coming from?
I don't know, but it's in our breakout room
You're
too,
there?
and we're.
Are those just 3 things that we've created? Are you talking about this? Yeah, that's
Wow.
your emails and stuff that you think.
That's really weird. I think it's coming from breakout room 4.
Put that on there because that's what you normally send out on your emails. Oh, that had nothing of intention for this event.
Be a Victoria thing, but that's the first time I see it. Okay. All right, so yeah, because I'm not getting these emails, or if I'm being lost. You know.
Apologies, everyone. There's a
Okay, so
problem
now we have
with
the promise. So
the
you
messaging.
yes,
I'm going to
that's
close the
designed.
rooms.
So that's what we're hearing in the breakout room.
That's weird. I've never seen that before.
Background, that was the background of the event that we used the whole time in Austin, which we're going to use the whole time in Vegas as well for the get stage ready. So and then I want to make sure we've got
The rooms are going to everybody
enough, meat and potatoes on these 6 bullet points, so that people feel like they got their money's worth, so to speak, even though it's free.
Yeah, that's pretty weird. I'm not sure how that's happening.
Wow. So, hi everybody. Sorry, everybody will be back in 3 seconds, and I'll tell you what's the strangest thing.
It's okay, Nancy.
Apparently, hi everybody. I want to apologize. There was a tech glitch. Were you hearing somebody else inside?
Yes.
No, we didn't.
It was
No.
weird. I've never seen that before.
No, we
So,
were not.
so really, really strange. So, I don't know why that happened, but I'm going to trust that we were meant to come back together today. So
Right.
actually keep Jasmine, I'm going to have on gallery view just for a couple of minutes. And I would like to give the opportunity to 3 people before we bring on our next speaker. I want to give the opportunity for 3 people. If you are passionate and there's somebody you love to serve, who is it that you love to serve? Raise your hand, use that digital icon and raise your hand and tell me who you are and who you love to serve. We're going to take 5 minutes before I bring on the next speaker and get the opportunity to hear, who do you love to serve? Who's going to tell me first? Yes, Yolanda.
Hi, everyone. I am Yolanda Only here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I love to serve women. I am passionate because we are moms, we are mothers, we are grandmothers, we are wives, and we are business owners. Obviously, we can do that well too. But most importantly, sometimes we need help.
Yep.
Yep. So we are women of many hats, and sometimes we just need additional support. We need help, and it's great when we come together. And that's why, as women with power, we help women. I am a connector too. I know Nancy, you were talking about that, so that is my passion. Women.
I love it. Let's celebrate and show her some love. And we're going to be hearing from her in just a few minutes, a couple more presenters, and then we're going to hear from Yolanda. So that's beautiful. Let me hear from Onique. Who do you love to serve?
Hi, everyone. My name is Onique Oliver. I'm a doula and an end of life specialist. I'm the CEO of Trusted Servants. And who I love to serve is professional women who's on the go and they are God centered, God led, God focused. I love working with them to make sure that they have their paperwork in place because I know too well what it's like to not have a paperwork in place. So that's who I love to work with.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody celebrate Onique. That is wonderful. Christine, and we're going to have time probably for 2 or 3 more. So this is an opportunity for you to share with a group of 30 people. You get the opportunity, take the stage. So I'm going to go Christine, and then let's do 2 or 3 more after that. Christine Best, who do you love to serve?
Thank you, Nancy. I
You're
love to
welcome.
serve entrepreneurs, business owners, and leaders who are interested in their health and well-being, but are prepared to invest in their health and well-being.
Good.
Because health and well-being should not be an expense. It should be an investment.
Yes, yes,
Because
yes.
if you think about it, you will spend a whole lot less money and if you invest, because when you're unwell, it will cost you a whole lot more in quality of life as well as money.
Yep. Your best investment is prevention.
Yep.
Yes.
Well done. Let's hear it for Christine. And then we're going to hear from CEO Karen, and we're going to hear from Tina, and then we'll go and move to our next speaker. So kudos for raising your hands to speak up and share who you love to serve. CEO Karen McCoy.
Happy everyday ladies. Great to see y'all and gentlemen. Great to be here with you all. I love to serve small business owners and their employees. There's things to go on in your lives every day, and you're looking for an answer. I have the answer. And we also make the small business owner become the shero or the hero to their team members. So love to reach out. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Beautiful. That was a great share. Thank you, Karen. And taking us home, Tina, I haven't seen you in such a long time. My heart is warm to see you here today.
Oh, thank you. It's nice seeing you here. You're a very encouraging person to be around.
Yes. Yeah, I look who I'm surrounded by.
Yes, yes.
That's good. Who do you love to serve?
Well, I love to serve people, well, in businesses and personal life, people who love to build relationships. And I have the tool that helps to build relationships by the tool is to have the opportunity to send out the greeting cards online, and
Good.
everything is compacted right here online on your cell phone, and you don't have to leave your home. Even the company will ship the cards out through postal, and we also have the digital ones as well. So I'm here to serve and help you to build relationship in your businesses.
Wonderful, wonderful. Let's celebrate Tina as well as the others who stood up and said, I'm here to serve and here's how I do it. Absolutely perfect. All right, we have got 4 more presentations to enjoy. And our next is the beautiful heart-centered leader, founder of the Heart's Voice movement, Gail Dixon, sharing for us 7 minutes on One Heart, Many Voices. Welcome to the stage, Gail Dixon.
Thank you so much, Nancy. It's wonderful to be here with all of you, and the many voices that we've heard today just undergird and reinforce the message I want to share with you. You know, these days I'm hearing from a lot of people that they feel like the world is divided and we're separate and there's so much animosity. What if that's not the true story? What if the underlying true story is that we've simply forgotten who we are? What if in the beginning there was only one heart, one source, one love, and that love was scattered into a million, billion, zillion beautiful expressions? You, me, every person we encounter. Each of us carries a unique expression of that one heart. And our voices are wonderfully different because each of us has been entrusted with a different gift, a different perspective, a different way of expressing love in the world. The goal isn't for us to all sound alike. The goal is for every unique voice to speak from the same heart. One heart, many voices calling us home. You know, folks often ask me, how do we change the world? Well, the truth is, we don't begin with the world. We begin with the person whose voice we hear more than anyone else's, our own. Every single day, we have thousands of conversations within ourselves. And some of them sound like, I'm not enough. I always get this wrong. Who am I to say anything? No one really wants to hear what I have to say. If those are the conversations happening at the center of our lives, guess what flows out into all the other relationships? Fear and defensiveness and judgment and separation. But what if we begin speaking to ourselves the way love has always spoken to us? You belong. You matter. You have something beautiful to contribute. You don't have to be perfect to make a difference. When we change the conversation in the center, every ripple beyond it begins to change. It begins here with me. The way I speak to myself shapes the way I speak to my family. The way I speak to my family shapes the way I show up at work. The way I show up at work shapes my influence in the community. And what I do in my community ripples out into the wider world. You know, we often try to make the change from the outer circles in, but love always begins in the center. One heart, many voices, calling us home. So what does that actually look like? It means speaking with the heart's voice. So before I speak, I ask one simple question. What does love sound like here? Not how do I win? How do I prove my point? How do I get them to agree with me? But instead, how can I encourage? How can I bring understanding? How can I lift someone up? How can I honor the humanity of this person? And then I do what Susan talked about that she's so good at. I listen with the heart's ear. not just to the words, but to the person behind the words. Because beneath anger is often fear, and beneath certainty is often uncertainty. Beneath silence is often someone longing to know that they matter. And sometimes the greatest gift we give to someone else isn't our wisdom, it's our willingness to truly see and hear them. So, why does this matter? Because living my heart changes us first. We carry less regret because we respond instead of react. We build stronger relationships because people feel safe with us. We become more courageous because we're speaking from our values instead of from our fears. We discover more peace because we're no longer armored for battle in every conversation. And perhaps most importantly, we begin to enjoy becoming the person we're meant to be. That's what coming home feels like. So, how do we heal a divided world? Right here. We start here. The next conversation isn't the one you'll have with your spouse or your child or your coworker or the stranger you'll meet this afternoon. The next conversation is the one you'll have with yourself as soon as you close this Zoom meeting. Will that conversation sound like fear or will it sound like love? Because every ripple begins in the center. And every conversation that begins in love carries that love a little farther into the world. One person, one conversation, one ripple at a time. One heart, many voices, calling us all back home. Join me and let's begin by coming home ourselves.
Oh my goodness, how do you do that? Like, she is so grounded, so wise to bring us back to what really matters. Our heart's voice, our love, and our connection with one another. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Gail. That was like I'm sitting here going, oh my gosh, that's her TED Talk for sure. I want to
you.
watch it over and over again. I want to read it. I want to just live it. So thank you for embodying and exemplifying the heart's voice and leading the heart's voice movement. Please do drop your links in the chat so people can join the movement. Let's hear it for Gail Dixon.
Thank you.
Oof. I keep getting more filled up, and there's more coming. We got more coming. I am so delighted to bring on our next speaker. Kelly Chikoski is here to share with us how we can all transform and rise. She is a new friend to me, only a couple of months knowing each other, and I have just fallen in love with who she is, how she is, and what she brings to the world and what she's about to bring to all of you. So welcome, Kelly Chikowski.
Thank you, Nancy. I am honored to be here among such an amazing group of amazing people who do so much to help others. That's what we all want to do. And I want to thank Dr. Pat for her guidance and her love, and of course, Nancy for theirs. And it's really hard to follow Gail Dixon, but I will do my best. Thank you, Gail. That was beautiful. And all of the former presenters. So I would like all of you to wave your hand if you have ever experienced a hypnosis transformation of any kind at all. Awesome. Now, some have and some haven't. So it is a powerful experience. And if you haven't experienced it, I want to change your mind and hope that you will convince yourself to do that. So what a lot of people don't understand is that hypnosis is just a form of deep relaxation. And when allowed, which is the key to successful hypnosis, you must allow yourself to experience it. It enables you to move past the noise of your mind and the noise of outside, your conditioning, your patterns, your beliefs, and get straight to the truth. You're always in full control. You could literally open your eyes and be out of it, but most people don't want to because it's really an amazing place to be. But allowing the act of hypnosis grants you access to a process that's able to clear and change your thought patterns. And by changing your thought patterns, you can literally reprogram your entire life. So, a little bit about me. Overcoming a drug addiction to cocaine many years ago, suffering from domestic violence caused by the addiction, and then being able to land a career in law enforcement were the biggest highlights of my spiritual breakthrough. And when I was going through them, I wasn't aware that I was going through a spiritual breakthrough. I just was living my life and, taking the next step that was available to me. I went from one end of the spectrum to the other because those are usually words people don't use in the same sentence. But my ability to let go of the past using the tools of hypnosis, among other things, was something that I wanted to share with the world, because who does that? How do you get out of that low vibrational existence and into something where you're helping people? And I used my law enforcement career. I only arrested one person in my whole career, but I used my career to teach others and to educate others. And that's what a large part of my time in law enforcement was. I was a lecturer, I was an educator, I was an auditor. So I did a lot of teaching. And when I got out of that, I was able to feel empowered to use the skills that I learned in law enforcement and the presentation of, standing in your power to help others find themselves, empower themselves. After I was able to, get out of the addiction and domestic violence and all of that stuff, I moved to Florida from rural Ohio and I wrote a book. My book is To the Beach, Cut Ties and Run. Link is in the chat. It is the gritty beginning, the raw beginning of my story of how I cut ties with the chaos and I figured it out as best I could. It's not a smooth story. There are a lot of bumps in the road for me. It was a huge struggle. Moving to Florida seemed like a great idea, but it was a lot of learning experiences for which I'm grateful. Because if I didn't have all those crazy things happen to me, I wouldn't be who I am today. And I wouldn't be able to stand in front of other people and offer my wisdom and experience. I worked for the Florida Highway Patrol for 11 years. And when it was time to go, Spirit told me it's time to go. So I didn't listen, of course. And then they made me listen. So I did that. And I also, throughout my 11 years, I was looking for other opportunities to heal. I was exploring improving my health because I don't want to call it an official near-death experience, but my body began shutting down. My kidneys were shutting down because I was dehydrated. I was getting kidney stones where I was actually hospitalized numerous times and one time with an ambulance ride. My liver was unhappy. My female organs, which are a huge detoxifying part of our body, were very toxic, and I ended up having to have a hysterectomy at 39. So my body was shutting down because I was not living a good life. Through all of the education and healing work that I did, I learned how to detoxify the body. I learned how to detoxify the mind. I learned how to be stronger. And I learned that we are all souls having a human experience, and that life is not about avoiding challenges, but growing through them. Huge lesson, learned it many times over. The curiosity that I had about my healing as I started to experience it was what actually prepared me for my current chapter. My second book, which is the remaining portion of my life, the good part, the healing, the experience, and all that stuff, comes out later this year. It's called Back to the Beach, just so it's a catchy sequel. But I also am working with Nancy, and I'm learning how to help people understand that learning the why behind your experiences is what helps you heal. I became certified in hypnosis to help others. Then it led me to a really great deep dive into quantum healing, including quantum healing hypnosis, past life regression. And even though I was doing a combination of different modalities, I felt like there was still something missing. So that's what led me to create my own modality, which is called transform hypnosis. I am the only person in the world who does it. And it is a combination of past life regression, current life look back, quantum healing, transformational hypnosis, and my intuitive channeling. Because I am gifted to have an amazing intuition and I am able to connect and channel with, let's call them higher dimensional entities. They give me guidance. I can connect with your guides. So my hypnosis sessions are not just, oh, let's stop smoking. They are, let's dig into your life and find the root cause of everything that's bothering you and let's get it taken care of. So they're not short sessions, but I feel that the length of time involved in my sessions is needed so that people can really heal and grow and get a good leg up on the next transformation they need to experience. One thing I learned in my darkest days is that we are not defined by what happened to us. We are defined by what we choose to do next. And while the book offers insight, it's not the one-on-one session that provides the immediate breakthrough. We are all responsible for our own destiny. So if you've been searching for answers or you're ready to have a breakthrough, I invite you to schedule a complimentary clarity call with me. I've put all the links in the chat. Thank you so much. And I look forward to meeting all of you on a call.
Oh, well done, Kelly. Right on the nose.
Thank you.
That was absolutely fantastic. Your story is inspiring and speaks the truth. Like for me, for the other speakers that were here, like we might look good right now, but you don't know what we used to look like right now and what we've all been through.
Yeah.
Right. So we all have the opportunity to transform and rise, and Kelly is here to guide you to doing so. So let's hear it for Kelly Chakosky. All right, so good, so good. All right, we still have two more amazing presenters. Next up is Yvonne McCoy sharing how to get clarity, get confident, and get consistent clients. Who wants more of that? I'll take some. Yes, thank you. Yeah. So welcome to the stage, Yvonne McCoy. 15 minutes. There she is. Click that little microphone so we can hear you.
Okay. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. I have to tell you, this is the perfect storm right now between what's going on in the background and my concussed brain. So I'm going to try to stay on topic and give you as much as I can. So I have
Yvonne,
a couple
can
of
I
things
mention?
to put in the chat to get us started.
Yvonne,
So how many of you
Yvonne.
here want more clarity, more confidence, more clients, or all of the above? Put a
Yvonne,
number in the chat.
Yvonne,
Because
Yvonne,
one of the
that's-
things that I
Yvonne,
found
please
is
stop.
if your right fit
She can't
client is
hear.
looking for something
Yeah.
that you've overlooked that comes naturally to you, you can make a small change and grow your business in a big way. Okay? Did that go in the chat? Yes. Okay.
Yvonne, can you hear me? Yvonne, can you hear me?
Do I hear somebody saying, Yvonne, can you hear me?
Yeah, we're trying to get you. The problem is there's an echo from your speaker giving feedback to everybody.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I know. There's
I live at the end of all the houses.
there's something playing in the background on your computer.
I don't have to worry about it. On my computer. All right.
It has to be. I have everybody else silent, so I don't know.
Especially this time of the year. Why don't you make a booby trap one and
So is there something playing on your computer?
Or is there a radio on?
Did it go away?
It did.
All right, then it turned out it was me. I'm sorry, everybody. I didn't know that I was doing that.
Okay, but now we can hear you beautifully. So
well, thank you.
There we go.
I apologize because that I actually did that in somebody else's in our breakout room as well. So what I asked was, who wanted more clarity, who wanted more confidence, more clients, or all of the above? This makes it so I can actually hear myself think, and I was the one who had myself scrambled. Okay, so the thing is, what people don't realize is the path to more confidence and more clients actually begins with clarity. We so often where we want to jump in is, I want another strategy, I want another tactic, I want another course, I want another whatever. You can't get the best out of those things if you don't know where you're going. I often say it doesn't matter how fast you're going if you're going in the wrong direction. And one of the great things about this conversation has been you have gotten so much great information, both from Nancy, from all the other speakers that talked about, from Gail, that talked about how who you are makes the difference in your business. And so that's really what I want to talk about as well. I'm Yvonne McCoy, and I have more than 30 years helping entrepreneurs discover that the biggest obstacle to growth usually is not lack of talent or experience or hard work. It's a lack of clarity, not because they don't have value, but because they haven't learned how to help the right people recognize it. Everything changes when you are clear about your clarity. And let me also add, because we talked about this, part of your clarity is also your purpose. Because one of the things that happens is entrepreneurship is not for the weak of heart, because you can wake up one in the morning and say, I'm going to do this, and end up someplace totally different. And one of the things that happened just 10 minutes ago is my husband decided he needed to go to the ER. So that is not what I had intended today. And I mean, he's not bleeding or anything like that, but I'm glad he decided to go. So let's do this and get the most out of it. Because clarity changes everything, right? And most people think clarity means that you have a perfect plan, but that's not true. Clarity isn't a destination, it's a way of thinking. And that's because you're always shooting at a moving target, because the marketplace is changing faster than everything. Yesterday's strategies won't solve tomorrow's challenges. Entrepreneurs who thrive are the ones who recognize what makes them valuable through time so that they can communicate it clearly. And I want to say this really strongly. They can adapt as the world changes. You can adapt as the world changes. You have an awareness. You have a way to get outside perspective. That's why communities like Dr. Patricia's is so important, that you have communities, and from the community that Nancy has, so people can cue you in on the things, that you need to hear, because none of us is great at everything. And it's our communities who hold us up and go, don't forget this, see this, all right? So what I want to talk to you about is a new way of thinking about business, and why you may be struggling with your business, even though you're really good at what you do. So the thing that I want to say to you is that I hear over and over again is, when things are not going well, the first thing we say to ourselves is, what's wrong with me? I'm smart, I should be able to do this. How come I can't figure this out, right? It's not you. You need to know what the other things that are going on. So for years, our business was put together a certain way, not only just our businesses, but our whole educational process. I mean, we were learned, we had to follow a certain roadmap. We had to take certain steps to get where we were going in the industrial age, because basically we were educated to be followers. We were not educated to be superstars and think outside of the box. A perfect example of this is when I was in my geometry class, I would never read the chapter unless I couldn't solve the problem. And I go in the class and the teacher says, put it on the board, and I put it on, I have 3 steps. Everybody else in the class had 20 steps or 26 steps. And my teacher said, why don't you read the book and do it right? Right? Will somebody else come up and put it up right? And my thought is, why do I need to go through 20 steps when I can get there in 3? And that's exactly what happens with the cookie cutter way we've been told about marketing and things. Because as we got into the information age, information came faster. Traditionally, information was scarce. Experts were the people who were the gatekeepers to information. Your outreach was limited to local communities. Your customers had fewer choices. All of that has changed, right? Now, you have more information than you know what to do with, which is why you're overwhelmed. I said, I remember when the fax machine came out and I was like really discouraged because people wanted things like in the next hour. Now I get upset if my computer doesn't load up in 2 seconds, right? So that's why we're overwhelmed. And that's why it's harder for the right people to find you, especially if you keep changing in midstream, right? So it's not about having more programs. If you think about the fact that, you know, they say that if you have a program, you have to put it out there 12 times. If you have 5 different programs, you're looking at 60 times. The person who sees you on Monday doesn't know what you're doing on Thursday because you've changed. So clarity is also about focus. It helps to streamline your business. It helps to make you a brighter light in that sea of lights because you're focused on one thing. Visibility is important, and there's so many channels to be visible. But what I want to say to you is it's not just visibility, it's recognition. And I'm going to talk about that more because I have a panel that's coming up next week that's called the Strategic Visibility Shift. Don't be just visible, be recognized. And this question has really fascinated me for a long time because one of the things we don't talk about, right, is how do you become memorable? How do you explore different perspectives? There, you know, when I first started coaching, I was like, I teach change, but everybody teaches change, right? But the way I teach change is different than other people teach change because I have had different experiences and that kind of thing. And that's what you need to find, because the people who relate to you are the people who need your undervalued skills. The things that we say, doesn't everybody do that? Or can't everybody do that? That's the thing that makes you so valuable to your right fit client, because they can't do that. And they find it amazing that you can do that and you can help them. And here's the extra part to that. It's not enough to have access to information. The thing that's really important, I think, for any coach or any consultant is how do you make that information usable? How do you help people figure out what their clarity is so that they can streamline the information they're taking in and actually put it to work? So one of the questions that I'm going to say to you is, you've heard lots of people today already and some amazing speakers, and you may have learned something, but did you say to yourself, where am I going to use this? Or did you just make a note to it? Because if you don't say to yourself, where am I going to use this? You're not. And the next step to that is that you need to share it with somebody else, because that way, not only do you internalize it, but you also make yourself more of an authority because you've given somebody else some information. And the last part that I'm going to challenge you to when we get to the end is, when are you going to use it? How many times have you said to yourself, oh, I could have used this, but I didn't think about it? I want you to put something in your calendar, a note to yourself. I'm going to use this the next time I do this. I'm going to put it on my calendar. Okay, I'm going to get back to my talk. It just happens to be a hot button for me. I want you to think of marketing as a dimmer switch, okay? Life and marketing is not a light switch. It's not on or off. It's got 2 different ends, and there are a myriad of opportunities in between. So one of the things that people don't say to you often is you have to take a look at it from your client's perspective. If your client is not on LinkedIn, then you're wasting your time being on LinkedIn. If your client is on LinkedIn and you're not on LinkedIn, then you're, spending your time where you shouldn't. So there's a combination between some of the traditional marketing and some of the newer marketing. And it isn't just like somebody told me to do this. That's probably the biggest mistake, is following somebody blindly. The biggest thing is knowing your client and how they go through their decision-making process. I have a client that is a cancer survivor coach. People, when they discover they have cancer, they are looking for a solution immediately. People who have bad knees will go for years before they decide they need a solution. You need to know how your client is traveling through that journey to get to trust and get to a solution. So, you know, you have your recipe includes a whole lot of things. And the thing that makes it different, even if somebody else is doing exactly the same thing, right, is not which one is right. That's the wrong question. And we've heard somebody else talk about you have to ask the right question. The right question is, where on the scale are my right fit clients likely to recognize my value? Where are they going to be looking for me as a solution? So, like I said, one of the things that I'm going to do, I mean, we can use AI. People have talked about that. I have a prompt I'm going to give you at the end to help you to kind of start looking at your unique value. So the shift that I want you to talk about is understanding what makes you valuable, right? So that you can stop sounding like everybody else. You can stop chasing every strategy. You can stop wondering if you're saying the right thing. Instead, you become more easily recognized. You're easier to remember. You're easier to trust. And eventually, you're easier to choose. And here's the other thing. Your life in general is easier. I remember a time in my life when I had young kids and I said, you know, outside my house, I was, you know, corporate. Inside my house, I was mom. And sometimes I got them mixed up. I mean, you know, I treated my team like they were my kids, and I treated my kids like they were my team, you know? And as women in particular, we are always juggling a lot of demands. So when you figure out what makes you invaluable, what are your strengths? What are the things that you're really good at? Who are you really like, right? And not following somebody else's description of what they think you should be. Life is good. I don't know how else to say it. It is amazing. You are comfortable in your skin and you don't have to worry about what's happening. You just are who you are. And because of that, you know, I've had the experience when I wasn't like that. I gave a workshop once and one of my clients came and she said to me afterwards, she goes, I don't know who that person was that gave that workshop, but that was not the client I liked. That was not the coach I liked working with. So that's the reason that I put together the Be Found workshop, because most of us don't need to be fixed. We're good at client delivery. We're good, you know, when we work with the client, our clients love us, right? So it's not about service delivery or fixing our programs. It's more about having the right people find you. And so this is what I want to say really fast. It's a process. It's really easy. It's flexible for everybody. You can do it. So this is what I want to do because I have gone over. There are lots of ways that you can connect with me. I have a couple of events that are coming up. And so you're more than welcome. One of the things that I want to make sure that you see is if you're having an event, I will put it in my newsletter. And that will be another way to help you get visibility. And the last thing I wanted you to put in is I want you to try this prompt because this is going to help you to start to, I'm not going to guarantee that it's going to give you the exact answer. I always say to people, one of the things it does is it'll probably give you 5 things. 3 of them you'll love, 1 of them you already know, and 1 you absolutely hate. Right? But it will help you to be curious and do the things that will help you to get started. Use AI not to, you know, create your content, but to help you to be a thought processor so that it can help to evaluate what you're doing. I mean, I always put whatever I write in, I go, have I hit these things that are really important to me? You know, have I taken my client on the journey that they need? So that's what I want to put into you. I have several resources for you. I am so glad I could be here. I am so sorry that I have had my background going and that my brain is a little bit scrambled, but I hope that you will reach out because I got lots of things that I think will help you. The visibility and the Be Found workshop and the prompt. Try the prompt. I think you'll like it. Thank you so much.
All right, let's hear it for Yvonne McCoy, managing
Great
multiple
job.
challenges
In
and
spite
showing
of all
up
your
and
challenges.
delivering
Yeah.
great value. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Yvonne.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was really great. I used the prompt. It was amazing. So go ahead and grab the prompt. I was like, oh yeah, that is what I do. That is what I do. And I already have a pretty good, line on how to explain it, but this makes it even better. So thank you, I'm not Dr. Yvonne McCoy. I look forward to connecting. And see
Absolutely.
how we can play together more. That was beautiful.
Absolutely.
All right, we are going to round out this day with our final presenter, Yolanda Only, who is here to share with us how to turn your ideas into income using AI. 15 minutes. Welcome to the stage, Yolanda Only.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I am last, but definitely not least. Can you all hear me okay?
We're all waiting for
Okay,
you. She put you
wonderful,
as the
wonderful, wonderful.
bookend to keep us all here.
Yay! So first, I would like to really and truly give honor to God that we are all here. We could have been anywhere else, but we are here online. And also, I wanted to thank the beautiful Dr. Rogers. Dr. Rogers, we thank you so much. So let's give her some fingers. Thank you, Dr. Rogers, for having all of us here. Put it in the chat. Give your emojis. Thank you, Dr. Rogers. So, and also, I want us to thank each other. I want you to thank yourselves. Thank yourselves. Thank yourselves. Thank yourselves. We could have been anywhere else, but we are here together. We are learning together. And I thank you for that. So, you should be honored as well. So, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, you all, for having me. I am going to talk to you about 3 things today. It's just like Novocaine, and it will always work. Okay. So raise your hand if you are a business owner, or put it in the chat. Raise your hand, give an emoji. Okay, wonderful. Raise your hand if you had a genie that you will want more time in a day. Everybody's hands should be up. Nobody wants more time? Absolutely. We all could use more time, right? All right. And the last thing, raise your hand if you wish you had someone else to help you. Yeah, me too, right? Absolutely. So I am going to show you how to think smart and how to turn your ideas into income and how to buy back your time. So let me share my screen with you and we will get started. I'm so excited. All right. Let me pull it up. And can you all see my slide? Let me know if you can see it. It says the business that gives you your life back. You
We're
can see
good.
it?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
good.
All right. Thank you so much, Nancy, for that. So there again, like I said, I'm going to show you how to think smart, how to build smart, and how to live fully. Now that I know who my people are, I know that most of us are business owners, right? But what we don't really realize, and the reason why I kept Gamma on here is because I don't gatekeep. I want you all to know how I made this slide in you ready? Less than 5 minutes. I made all of these slides in less than 5 minutes. I know, like I said, I don't have that type of time. I know that I am a mom. I know that I'm a wife. I know that I'm even a Mimi and I work another full-time job. I am busy at the wazoo. So I try to use things that's going to save me time, earn me more money, and in return to give me more time back with my family. So what if I told you that the business that we all so adore that we do have, it seems like this business is consuming us. Okay. So the purpose of me starting my own business was to be able to have more time with my family. But what I soon realized was that the business was taking me further away from my family because I'm having to do this, I'm having to do that, I'm having to advertise. And thank goodness that Dr. Rogers, and if you have not checked out her books, please check out her digital books, okay? They will teach you a lot about being visible. And so many of us have talked about being visible this afternoon. But please make sure you stay visible. But the thing is, it takes a lot of time to stay visible, build your brand, get your name out there, write the emails, respond. It is a lot, but there's help. Okay. So while you're building your business, the great thing that you can do is start thinking smarter. Thinking smarter is not just, oh, okay, I finally figured it out. We have artificial intelligence now. We've been had artificial intelligence. And just like Yvonne said about that fax machine, even when they were building things like that, guys, we have been using technology for the longest. So if you're not sure about AI, use it. I was able to build my website, complete website, using AI. I was able to use it. Now I can take it and clone myself where it actually produces things for social media for me. And I can do that within my sleep. So now my business is starting to work for me, not where I'm like a puppet. I'm pulled here, I'm pulled there. Now, granted, just like Dr. Rogers say that people need people, and we need each other. So I still get on my social media and I let them see me as a person, but I don't have to do it all the time. I can even take one video and take it and make multiple videos using AI. All right. So, like I told you before, who I am. So, let me tell you a little story about how all of this came about. And some of you may have heard my story and some of you may have not. And that's okay if you have. But I was a high school dropout. I dropped out in the 11th grade and I drove garbage trucks. I'm not talking about the cute little garbage trucks that that go and pick up the business cans. No, I'm talking about jumping off of the back of a truck, going to pick up trash, wheeling it back. I'm only 5'3", and at the time, I probably weigh like 130 pounds. And sometimes the cans probably weighed more than me. And I will pull those trash cans, but I was doing it to feed my family. So one day I was at a restaurant with my daughter and I really couldn't afford to pay the bill. I had to check not one account, not two accounts, but three bank accounts just to see if I can afford a $50 meal. And to me, that was my rock bottom. So I knew I had to do something different. I knew that this was the last straw for me. And even though it was just $50, that was a game changer to me. So moving forward, I decided I wanted to start my own business. But there again, like I said before, it was taking up so much time of my life where I felt like that this is not giving back to my family. I'm taking more away. But then when I started to use AI to help me to implement things, now guess what? I get to go fishing with my daughter, with my 6-year-old and my husband. I get to take those vacations that I want to do. I get to continue as an educator because, yes, I am a 5th grade teacher. I'm at work right now. So I get to do those things that I really and truly love because I have my systems to work for me. So that's where the thinking smarter comes in at. Okay, let's keep going. All right, let's check and see who my people are. As your business is growing, and here, I don't care if you're a man or you're a woman. And I heard even, what's his name? Lenny, he was talking about how he basically live in 2 different states. Raise your hand or put it in the chat if you are carrying a lot. And even though I still have AI to work for me, I still do. I still carry a lot. As a person, just like it used to be, like in the 90s and the 80s, and I'm sure probably even far beyond that, we was never really as busy as we are today, but we are super busy today. So there's things going on within your house. Like Miss Yvonne was saying, her husband is going to the ER, but guess what? She's still here. We are busy. Nancy even mentioned, she said, life be life. And right, Nancy? So we have a lot of things that's going on. We have a lot of responsibilities. Why not do something that's going to help to take something off of your plate? So now you have these wonderful ideas to turn them into income. You may say, Yolanda, how are we going to do that? Or how I'm going to scale, or how I'm going to do all of the things? Artificial intelligence. It could be as simple as sending that email. I also help teachers, I help people where I would take a picture of them. Like, used to be where you have to go to a studio or pay for someone to do your portfolio, do your pictures. You can do it yourself. Take a picture of yourself, take a picture, send it to whatever platform you decide to use. I am a Chat GPT girl, so that's just what I use. I use it and I get it to mock me up to do certain things, and I'm learning from it. Now, one of the things I will like to tell you about the thinking smart process is because don't use it more so as a crutch. Use Chat GPT or Gemini or whoever it is that you use to educate you. If it's not making you smarter, you're not using it correctly. I have several different businesses now. There again, my business primarily work for me. I have women with power, and with women with power, I am more so of a connector. So I connect with various businesses, and we get the help that whichever woman, whoever person, man, or whoever, whatever services, whatever support that they may need. And I started out with 3 businesses, only 3 businesses that I was connected to. But there again, using AI to grow my strength, to strengthen my portfolio, I'm able to work with a plethora of businesses, and not with just in my state, across state lines now. So I partner with Wells Fargo, with VA Rep. I partner with some of the local communities, even Dr. Rogers. We work together. So there's a lot of things that has come along from me just putting my things out there and making it and becoming the smarter businesswoman that I am. So are you all with me? You understand what I'm saying here? How you can use it to make yourself smarter? Okay, absolutely. Thank you so much. I'm just checking in, making sure I have my people with me. All right. So now this is like the buy back your time. We all know that no one has more time than the other. We all have the same amount of time. Now, it used to be where I will wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I will go to my office by 4. So the first thing I will do, I get up, I get on my knees, I say my prayers, I thank God for the day. I also ask him for clarity on what needs to happen today. Then I go into my office. I will go and work for maybe an hour, hour and a half, go take a shower, get dressed, and go to work as a teacher. Leave from that job, come home, cook my dinner for my family. Before my daughter goes to bed, I spend a couple of minutes with her and go right back into the office and finish working. When I tell you, I was exhausted. I mean, exhausted. And I kept telling my husband, I said, we've got to figure out a better way to do this, or my business won't be able to sustain. I can't do this. Like it's really and truly too much. And so now I have created AI agents that help me, where they do some of the tasks. They do some of this. They respond to the email. They may answer the phone. They may do the scheduling. I even have it one where is in the alpha phase right now, where he's going to create like websites for people to help to take that load off of your plate. But there is power in AI. And listen, we are not tech savvy people. Okay, well, my husband, he's a tech person, but I'm not. Remember, high school dropout. So I didn't have that in my background. I had no idea. I just started. I knew that I wanted to succeed better than failure was the option. That's what I knew. There again, when I checked that account and I couldn't feed my daughters on a $50 bill, I wanted the thing more than I was scared of failing. Does that make sense? I knew that I had to do it. There was no other option. Okay. So, there again, think smart, build smart, live fully. That's just the bottom line. If you do those three things, the outcome will be your desires. If it's you want to spend more time with your children, more time with your husband, more time vacation, whatever your goal is, or whatever is your why, I always like to say, what is your why? Why are we doing this? Why are we really doing it? Is it for the money? You want to make 6 figures? You want to make 7 figures? For me, it was freedom. I really enjoy my family. I am enjoying my time here on this earth because, as we all know, we all going to have a time where we won't be here. So, to me, building this business and the other businesses, it was solely for to be able to spend that quality time with my children that I so enjoy every day. So,
Yeah,
think about why
beautiful.
are you doing what you're doing?
Yeah. Let's
And
hear it.
say that again.
I was going to say, let's hear it for Yolanda, a woman with power, clearly.
Yes.
Yeah, who has chosen, to make her passion her purpose and share
Yes.
with others. We all want to design our businesses to support our best lives and what we truly
Thank
desire.
you. Thank
Yes,
you. Thank you.
yes,
Thank
yes. Let's
you.
hear it. Celebrate for Yolanda and
And here's
Yolanda.
my information. Thank you,
Perfect. That's what
ladies.
I was just going to say. Make sure you drop all your contact information in the chat, and get in touch with her so that you can make your life, your business easier doing what you really wanted to do so that you can do what it is that you love. So thank you all. We are at the end of our time together today. Didn't it go by so fast? Like, oh my goodness, what a wonderful afternoon. Let's thank all of our speakers for everything that they delivered to us today. So celebrate, celebrate, celebrate all the good stuff that's come our way. Thank you to the team, Jasmine and Immaculata. There was another person behind the scenes that was helping out. Forgive me.
Sandra.
Yep. Sandra, yes, Sandra. And then, of course, Dr. Patricia Rogers, our visibility strategist and our lead host for this event, each and every speaker that has been here, and each and every participant that contributed to the energy, the conversation, and the success of today's event. It's been a privilege to be here with you. Go forth, enjoy this beautiful weekend. Remember to save the chat because it's got all the deliciousness in it. So you want to go ahead and save the chat and then use the trick that we learned on how to turn it into an Excel spreadsheet. Go ahead and do that. And most of all, get out there, be the one, and remember that namaste, the light in me.
Can we
Sees the
take a
light
few
in me.
photos before we go?
We need more photos?
Yeah, gallery. Let's put our hands up in the air like we
Okay.
just don't
Do
care.
it, girl. Do it. You're in
Thank you very
charge.
much. All right, I'm going to put it in gallery view. And give me your best smile, give me your best wave so that we can take some photos for social media. Thank you so much. Okay. All right, keep smiling, don't stop.
I love everybody's got their screens on. Yeah.
Yes, amazing. Thank you so much. Take one more and then I'll leave you guys alone.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
one more.
All right, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. Jasmine, anything else we need to do before we wrap up?
No, that's everything. Thank you all so much. It's been wonderful. Learned so much and wish you all the best.
Thank you all. Have a good night.
Thank you. Enjoy your
Bye,
weekend,
everyone.
Have a good
Good
weekend.
night.
Thank you. Bye for now.
Dr. Pat.
All right. Well done. Bye,
Thank you.
everybody.